Take 3. Have you ever thought about how your life could change if you just were able to conquer or get control over your anxiety? Coming up in this video, 5 different ways that I have employed for myself, as well as techniques, mindsets, ideas that I've passed on to clients and customers who were struggling with anxiety. What's up, Legend? Sherman here from Geek Psychology, where I help INFPs use their personality type to improve their life and understand their strengths and actually lean into those and, again, create a better life for themselves. And anxiety often gets in the way. So first, let's talk about the strength that we have in intuition and also the secret weakness that stops us and causes a lot of issues. So intuition is pattern recognition. It's a way of understanding about the world. It's connecting the dots. Extroverted intuition is one of our strengths. This is putting ideas out into idea space and expanding, exploding them, different possibilities, fireworks of ideas and connections. And there's a joy in curiosity of creating new ideas. When we are in that space, usually we're in a better space. That is a good voice for us to listen to. That is the mentor of our fellowship, of our quest in life. So extroverted intuition, the explorer as a character would fit within the archetypal container of the mentor. It's a good parent. It's a good advisor, usually the one that's saying, this is how you deal with the outer world, the struggles in the outer world. It's not easy because it's pushing us into extroverted space, and then we have to deal with people and possibilities and all these different things. But it is a voice that will coach us on how to improve our lives. That's our second function, auxiliary function. But introverted intuition, we have a special relationship with that too. That is our 6th function. And this often fits in the archetypal container of a critic. It plays that role within our psyche. And it often, I've noticed this with me, it'll say this is where everything is going and you cannot avoid that. 100% likelihood that this is the way that things are going to work out. And you're stuck with it. You're fated to it. There's nothing you can do, which is not the truth. We can always do something different. I notice this a lot in physical spaces, oddly enough. Like if I'm walking around Shinjuku or something, somebody is kind of walking this way, and maybe somebody's walking this way, and I'm like, these people are going to crash into me. There's nothing I can do. Or they're going to bump into my daughter or something like that. I have this 100% it is going to happen mindset about it. And that's not true. Most of the time, without any interference, it doesn't happen. And also, I can take different steps in my own life in order to get different results. But that's often the voice. And if you extrapolate that out, if you bring that into longer term, this is my life. I'm screwed. I'm fated to this. There's nothing I can do. I've wasted 10 years. There's no return. There's no recovery. My life is ruined. That's part of that voice. And one thing that we can do as INFPs is first to understand that that is just one part of ourselves, that is just a voice, and also to understand that there are no bad parts. That aspect of yourself is not there to hurt you, to harm you, or to be critical so that you do not live a good life. It's actually trying to protect you in some way. And however old you are, you can kind of just go inside and talk to that mystic part and say, you know what? I'm okay. I'll be fine. This is not going to kill me. I'm not going to have my life ruined because of this little thing. I have so much potential, so many different opportunities, possibilities, ways to shake things up and get different results. It'll be okay. Thank you. Thanks for the advice. I hear you. I'll look out for that, but I'm not going to live my life by that. It might sound a little strange. As an INFP, you're probably like, oh yeah, okay, I can do that. I do that already, right? But just have those little conversations with yourself and retrain your mind, your body, your parts, your psyche to live in alignment with how you want to live. And I'm going to give a bit of a theoretical, I suppose, perspective before we get into 3 actionable steps that you can do and take when you are feeling anxiety. Words are really important. If you say, my anxiety, well, you're owning that. That is in some way precious to you. That is your thing. If you say, I'm doing anxiety, that's a completely different perspective on it. Oh, this is, it's the movie that I'm playing in my head, the sound loop, and how I'm physically reacting to it. Is way different than my anxiety. My anxiety is ruining my life. Be careful with the words that you choose. Bring in some intention when you do it. This is one thing that I often do advise clients too, is like, oh, I heard you say my anxiety, my depression. What if you said it differently? What if you said, I am doing anxiety, or even I am depressing myself, or this is a thing that I'm working through, or that excitement. Maybe you've heard anxiety and excitement run on the same physiological centers. Your body is activated in the same way. It's just the meaning that you are attributing to it is different. So maybe you're excited about this thing. You just don't really know how to handle yourself in that sense. That's another strange set of words. And okay, so your body is giving you this sign that you are going into a new situation that you're not really sure how to act. And there could be potential for change, for possibilities. And you need to be ready to handle each way that those go. Just having that little bit of a wedge to put into a patterned thought loop can be really helpful. So next time if you say it, my anxiety, I'm just that anxiety. Or give it a name, like crazy prospector. Hey, what are you going to do over there? You're not going to get out alive. Maybe that's the character that you add to it. If you add that voice to it, you're going to feel differently about that anxiety that you had. 3 things that you can do now in order to reduce anxiety as you are feeling it. First, breathing. Make sure that you are exhaling longer than your inhale. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which will calm you down. Think of it like a parachute, okay? It will relax you. It will calm you down. 7, maybe in for a count of 7, out for a count of 11, as opposed to short little bunny breaths, in, out, in, out, in, out. That's going to create a different state, a different physiology for you. The next one that I taught a friend recently when we were talking about anxiety is to do the gun finger. This I learned from Mike Mandel. If you can see it, maybe you're listening to the podcast, I'm not sure. So do the James Bond gun finger, okay? Turn it over, upside down, grab onto your knuckles, nice and tight, not so much that you're gonna break your finger, but hold on to it, squeeze it. You can actually see that my fingers are turning a little red. That's fine, it doesn't hurt. And you can do it pretty covertly and just hold that until you feel the pulse. And if you bring in longer out breaths while you're doing this, this will also drop the anxiety very quickly. Seems strange maybe, but it works. You don't need to believe in it to have it work. And the next one is bilateral stimulation. So there is a theory that problems get stuck in different areas of our brain. And through activating both hemispheres by moving the electrical current from both one side to the other, then you are activating more of your brain. This will reduce reactivity in the amygdala, calming it. The amygdala is responsible for emotional processing. And so what you got to do is just take an item, take something that you have, maybe my earphone case here, and just pass it across the center line of your body. Just go back and forth as you try to continue to think about that problem that you had. And what this is doing, again, is it's passing the information across both sides of the brain and giving you essentially more resourcefulness, more resources to handle the issue. Again, bring in breathing in a proper way, and you're going to reduce anxiety by quite a bit, if not completely. So those are a few things that I do all the time. Like if I just have something in my hand, I tend to see myself or catch myself passing it back and forth as well. Maybe that's part of the reason why I don't deal with anxiety, but that is one step out of many that you can take. So remember, understanding your personality type and your parts, those different voices within, improved breathing and physiology too. Next, gun finger. Okay, hold it, squeeze it properly, and bilateral stimulation, and and words as well. Improve your focus on your words, and know that anxiety is a future-focused state. You're thinking about what is going to happen in the future without actually engaging in it. So if it is possible that you can engage in it and prove yourself right or wrong, just getting some new feedback is going to help you deal with that as well. If you want one-on-one support to get rid of anxiety, you can schedule a coaching session with me. Go to coaching.geekpsychology.com, and we will likely do hypnosis, and I have a couple other techniques as well that we can do. If you want to know more about your personality type, check it out over here. Good luck, have fun. Peace.